I don't know how this is gonna go, boys. So I might need your help if worse comes to worse. Yeah, okay, that's not gonna happen. Who doesn't love a good horror movie filled with horror icons, characters, villains, whatever you want to call them? Just all around not good people. And us as viewers, naturally, we always wonder, how would we fare in those situations, in those movies? Just how would we pan out? How would it work for us? Would we survive? We always get that false confidence watching these movies. But realistically, how would it go down? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out today. How's it going, everybody? It's BrandonKnisley here, and welcome back to Spooktober. Now, if this is your first time ever watching one of my videos, hey, how's it going? Welcome. During the month of October, we do this thing called Spooktober, where I do things that we don't typically do on the channel throughout the year. We mainly do gaming, but when it comes to October, I try to spruce it up and do some unique things. As you can see on the screen right now, we're doing a tier list. Never done one before. I made it myself, as you can tell from the way the images are, and they're a little bit not the same size, but it works. Okay, it's the first time I've ever made one of these. Don't judge me, okay? It works. It looks fine. It looks okay. Now, like I said, I've never done a tier list, and I wanted to do one since yesterday. And I figured it'd be perfect to do it for Spooktober. And the theme of this video obviously is horror characters I would survive. So I'm gonna put myself in the situation of these movies, in the situation of being in the presence of these characters. Would I survive? How would I fare? You know? I'd like to think I'd make it in most situations, but we'll find out. Now, the options are no chance of happening, like at all, like zero upon arrival, gone. Wouldn't be the first to die. In the movie, I'm not the first person that perishes. You know, I'd make it maybe 15, 20 minutes in. I'd be a little side gag character. Eventually, I'm gone. Make it to the end, but still be killed off. You think I'm the main character, I make it to the end of the movie, but then I'm the second to last person to die. So then the other person is the main character, and I just, you know, almost get there, but not quite. Escape, but with a couple of minor injuries. Got a couple boo-boos, a couple ouchies, you know, a little cut here and there, but we escape just fine. Not even a worry in my mind. I will take them on one-on-one. I'm not even afraid. Come at me, you know, I'm beating you, fist and cuffs, let's go. Now, I'm not going to give any elaborate explanations or reasonings as to why I picked what I pick. I'm just going to give you a yes or no and give you a brief explanation. I'm not going to dive deep into this, not going to go into lore, just would I make it, you know? Not doing no deep dive, we're just doing this. First one up the bat we have is Michael Myers, the boogeyman himself. I'm going to be honest with you guys. If I'm by myself, not a chance. But he has been shown to die in the latest movie, but that's with literally a whole town. No, actually, no. An old lady took him down, but she's had experience with him. I've never had experience with him. You know, if I'm in a house with him, I wouldn't do too well. Listen, if I'm in the movies, I wouldn't be the first to die. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I think Michael can go in the wouldn't be the first to die. It's pretty much no chance of happening, like at all. But I wouldn't be the first to go. I can promise you right that. I wouldn't make it to the end. I don't think I'd make it to the end. I think I could. But no. Leatherface. Okay, now see, here's the situation. I don't want to use realism. I don't want to use logic, but I'm not walking up to no stranger's ranch house in the middle of nowhere after my car breaks down to try to ask for help, let alone walk through the front door uninvited. That's not me. So I would be not even worrying in my mind. But however, just for the fun of the video, if I was for some reason to walk inside this house and come face to face with Leatherface, I think I could survive. He is a human. He's human. And he's not the fastest. So if I had to escape, I think I would have a fair shot of escaping. I think I would have a couple minor injuries. I think it's safe to put him here. I'd escape, but I might have like a slash. He might get me with the chainsaw, you know, but I'd be all right. I think I'd make it to the end. Now, like I said, I'm not going to give any crazy explanation or deep dive into the lore behind all these movies because there's a lot of them for all these characters. That's not what this is. This isn't a breakdown. This is a what I make it. I'd be able to escape Leatherface. This next guy, however, Art the Clown. I'm going to be straight honest with you guys. That's immediately a no chance of happening, like at all. I just watched Terrifier 3. That was a mistake. I watched the first two. I knew what to expect, but boy, I watched that movie at like 9 p.m. right before bed. Heard a bump in the night. I couldn't fall asleep for a while. I'm not gonna be honest. And most movies don't mess me up like that, but it was something else. Listen, okay. He's a human in the first movie. I know I'm not gonna break it down anything, but he was a human in the first movie. Then he came back as a demon. So first movie might be able to escape. But again, even as a human, he was just messed up. He was just messed up. If he has you in his sights, if he has that whatever's going on in his head, he sees you, it's game over. So there's no chance of happening at all. The best you can do is hope that you get one of the easy ways out, like the one guy in the bar in Terrifier 3. Best way to go out with Art the Clown. That's best case scenario right there. Freddy Krueger. Okay, I like sleep. I really enjoy sleep. It's hard for me to stay up just with how much I do throughout the day. Caffeine don't do nothing to me. If I drink too much, my heart starts pumping. That's about it. It don't keep me up. So I feel like I would be screwed because I'd end up falling asleep. And then he's got me, okay? I'd like to think I have the mental willpower to be able to outsmart him, pull him out of the dream, and fight him in the real world and have a better chance. I feel like I'd like to think I would be able to do that. I'd like to think that. But if we're being real here, I don't even know where to start. I don't know how it'd go. So I'm just going to put him here. I wouldn't be the first to die. I feel like I could stay awake longer than most people, but I would eventually fall asleep. I know this might be a little confusing. I'm kind of using if I was in the movie rather than just if I was face to face with the character. But I like to, use it both ways. All right, Ghostface. This fella right here. Again, human. This is a human being. Nothing else than that. Now the trick is there two of them? Or is there three of them? If there's two or three, yeah, that's a little hard. That's a little tough. That's a little bit of a challenge. Easier chance of getting jumped. If it was three, then that would be probably a make it to the first. Wouldn't be the first to die or make it to the end but still be killed off. But if we're going off the picture, with it just being one, I'd probably have a minor injury. Oh, this was tough. Now you'd probably get a couple slashes on me. Okay, yeah. Escape, but I definitely have a couple of minor injuries. But I wouldn't even worry about it. Wouldn't have a worry in my mind. So technically, actually, I should probably put it here. I'd probably have more injuries with Leatherface than I would Ghostface. I could take Ghostface. Okay. I could take Ghostface. If it's just one Ghostface. Come on now. Yeah, not even worry in my mind. I could take Ghostface. Easily. Come on. Pinhead. Pinhead is literally like El Capitan of hell. But again, I'm going with the whole, if I was in the movie, if I was in the scenario, I wouldn't even touch the box. I would not be in the vicinity of any of the activities happening. I would not, I wouldn't be messing with that. I'm smart enough to understand I have to mess with something that looks like this, This thing right here, I think I'm smart enough to not mess with that. But, again, we're saying if it does happen. So for some reason I mess with this box. Or mess with any of the trinkets that make them arrive. I'm not surviving. Let's just be honest right now. I am not making it out. There's just no way. Wasn't it in that one movie? That one guy was in the, interview room of hell? I can't remember. It's been so long since I've watched a Hellraiser movie. But I just know I would not survive. Would I be the first to die, though? No, I just don't. There's just no way. There's no chance of happening. It doesn't matter if I die first. There's just no chance of happening. It's like with Art the Clown. I'm not saying I die first, but there's just literally no chance. There's maybe a slight margin of chance of survival with these two. Very, very minuscule. But there's literally no chance with these guys. No chance. Now this next one's always a fun debate. We got Chucky here. Chucky, little doll guy. This one's always a fun debate because you got the people that will say, just punt the little dude. He's a doll. Just punt him. But the thing is this doll has human strength. He could choke a man out with a cord. As a doll. But as long as he doesn't get the jump on me, I'm beating his ass. But the thing is he doesn't stay dead. He does not stay down. He always comes back. So I'm tempted. I'm gonna put this in the not even a worry in my mind. But, big but here. If he comes back, which he more than likely is to come back, it'll be a non-stop fight of him chasing after me. So, but I'm not even gonna worry. I could take the doll. I could take the doll down. But it'd be a non-stop hunt. Now we have another clown. We got another clown on this list. And that's none other than Pennywise, the dancing clown. Again, he's a demon. But here's where I have the advantage. I'm not a kid. Okay? I'm not a kid. And I never ran into him when I was a kid. But, if he's been gone for, what was it, 27 years? Is it every 27 years? I think it's every 27 years. If he has just woken up from the 27-year hiatus, the 27-year nap, and he's super hungry, he don't care. And It Part 2, the newer one, he eats an adult. He will attack adults if needed. Is that the only adult he attacked that wasn't a part of the kids group? I don't think he did. And I ain't letting no one throw me over a bridge. Again, movie logic. He'd know I'm around. He'd know I'm around. But again, he only got one of the adult kids. He only got one at the end of that movie. So I think I'm escaping. This might be a little out there, but I'm escaping with a couple minor injuries and mental health issues. I'd come out of there, but I would not be the same. But I think I'd escape with a couple injuries. Fight me about that one. That one's a hard one to pick because it's, it could go either way. Now, these next two options are the ones that scarred me as a child. The things I was scared of the most. These slasher guys, whatever, okay? The Grudge? The Grudge. I didn't even put the son, Juan, on here. The Grudge. That thing scarred me as a child. Still creepy to this day. I don't even want to look at this picture. And I picked the picture. But the one movie that even today, it just terrifies me. I'm going realistic with this one. Not for an answer, but realistically, I'm not going in that house. Okay? Sarah Michelle Gellar, listen. If I walk into this house and see the way it looks, and I just, I'm not sticking around. It just feels off as soon as you walk in. I'm not sticking around. You kidding me? No. Especially if I see her coming down the stairs, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm running away. But we have to go with movie logic here and say I do get cursed. Wasn't it in Grudge 3 they figured out a way to avoid or work around the grudge? See, I didn't do any studying before doing this. Because like I said, it's not a breakdown video. It's not an analysis or a deep explanation video. I know there was a way to work around it, but very complicated, very specific circumstances. So we're just going with the facts that if I somehow got cursed and am now being hunted, I ain't making it. I ain't making it, okay? Listen, if I'm sleeping and it's just under my blanket, no. Like literally watching this movie, I didn't want to shower. I didn't want to wash my hair and then feel a hand on the back of my head. Like I did not want to shower after watching this movie. And it was a creepy bathroom too. First time I watched this movie, the house I lived in, a creepy bathroom. As for the answer, I feel like I'd make it to the end, but I still would be killed off. I'd honestly probably just get in a car and just constantly keep driving. Have some buddies or something with me and just keep driving. I know it could just end up in the car, but I'd feel better on the open road. I don't know why. So if I was in this movie, I would make it to the end, but I'd still be killed off. Either by her or by, Sarah Michelle Gellar, second one. Just saying. Because I would not be dealing with that. No, sir. No, sir. Now, another similar circumstance we have here is the Ring Girl. I don't know her specific name. I can never remember her name. Samara. That's the one. Samara Morgan. Or Sadako Yamamura. Mura. In the original Japanese version. Yeah, no. Again, no. I know there's a way of surviving. Again, there's ways. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've watched The Ring. It's been a while since I watched a lot of these movies. Like I said, the most recent thing I've watched is The Terrifier 3. First of all, I ain't watching that tape. I don't know why they do it. Obviously, it's a movie. They gotta do it. They gotta make a movie out of it. I ain't watching that tape. I'll watch the first couple seconds to be like, something is not right here. I've seen enough movies. I've seen it, played enough games to know this thing is cursed. I wouldn't be watching that tape. However, if I were to watch that tape and I got the phone call,
7 days.
no. It's just like, come on. There's no way. There's like 99% chance that you're a goner. Especially since I didn't do any research, so I don't remember the way to avoid it. But there's almost no chance to avoid it. You know, my face is gonna be all when everything's said and done. I will. Oh, I don't know if I want to almost say it's no chance of happening at all. I'm comfortable putting that at no chance of happening at all. You watch that tape, you're screwed. You watch that tape, you're screwed. I remember the scene where the kid watched the tape. Oh, whoa. Yikes. Sorry, bud. But that's no chance. No chance. You'd almost put it here for no chance. But this one you can kind of hold off. You can postpone the grudge kind of slightly. Not much. Unless she's in your closet and then she goes, Annabelle. That's all there is to it. If Annabelle's linked to you, there's no escape. Unless you have Ed and Lorraine Warren on speed dial, you're done. You're done. Okay? I'm sorry. It's just not happening. I'm not surviving. There's no chance. I said, there's no chance. Come on now. Let's be real here. And the final person, thing, up to bat is none other than Jason mother-loving Voorhees. Again, he's in the same category as his co-parts, his friends, the OGs. Well, you're the OG, but you're human. Technically, you're human. But technically, they're all human. I'm not getting into all that. But Jason, let's be real here. Jason is probably... Oh, he'd be the closest to being the first to die, for sure, out of these guys. I mean, especially if we're going with... Who was it? Kane Hodder. Especially if we're going with Kane Hodder's version. Not the tallest, but, you know, biggest. One of the biggest. Plus, dude, Jason punches a dude's head off. One swing. Boop. Jason, out of all these guys, is easily the no chance of happening. Closest to the no chance of happening. But I still would not die first. Come on. I'm not. I can run. I can run. Unless he's like tossing an axe or something. But I can serpentine. I know what I'm doing. Now up here, this is about to just be off personal preference. I'm doing that. You can put either of these over Art the Clown. But Art the Clown is just on a different level compared to anybody on this list. He's just different. He is just different. Personal preference, these just, no thanks. But then I'm comfortable with the way everything else lines up. Actually, I'll move this. Because Chucky usually always comes back. But still, I feel like I could take him on. Ghostface is literally just a human. You know, pull out the 9, we're good to go. This is, again, one of the more controversial picks. But I still feel like I could escape Pennywise just because, not a kid, first of all. And if he's not just woken up and extremely hungry, I feel like I can get away with it. But again, if we're in the movie and he knows who I am and is trying to get me, I feel like I can make it to the end if I have a group of people and, you know, we know what we're doing to take him down. You know, if we figure it out, like if we're in the movie logic here. But I say he's a little harder than Leatherface here. Yeah, I'd still feel comfortable with making it with this one. Make it to the end, but I'm still not surviving. But that's the list. That is the list, and I'm quite okay with it. I think I'm okay with this one. I like it. I like how it turned out. Yeah, for a first tier list, I think that was quite alright. You know? I've never done one of these before, but that was fun. I enjoyed that. I like that. Like I said, didn't have to do too much of a deep dive. It's just my personal list, what I think Could happen. Possibly. A lot more up here than down here, I'll say that. But that's just that's given. Come on. But that was fun. If you guys have any more ideas for like tier lists you'd like to see me do, feel free to let me know. Because I could definitely do more of these, for sure. This is a fun little thing to do. And like I said, I just thought of doing it like yesterday for Spooktober. So quickly just brought this all together. Not an idea in my head of how to make it actually happen. But we did it. We made it. And that's another Spooktober video for the books. I love this stuff. It's so much fun. It does feel weird not doing gaming. I haven't recorded a game in over a month because of Spooktober, but that's okay. We're going to get back to it in November once Spooktober's over. But this was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tier list we had going on here. If you guys want to see more, maybe we can squeak another one out before Spooktober's over. But you got to let me know what you want. Horror movies that survive, stuff like that. Just give me ideas. And I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like on it and a comment about what you thought of it down below. And like I said, leave me suggestions for the tier lists you'd like to see me do, because I would love to do more of these. And I always love hearing what you guys have to say. And if you leave a suggestion, we'll check it out sometime down the road. For sure. And if you're not already or haven't considered it, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. You don't have to by any means, but it is free. And if you do decide to, it helps support the channel a lot, and I would really appreciate it. We finally crossed over 1,600 subs, and we're trying to get to 2,000. I feel like that's the next big milestone. It'd be cool to see. But that is all of you guys today. So have a great day, night, or evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. And as always, see you guys in the next one. Bye. I love Spooktober. And we still got so much more to go. I think. I'm losing track. None of these are coming out in the order I'm recording, so it's kind of confusing.